The wait is finally over. Small school football begins not next week, not the week after, this week. We're so excited. Welcome on into Bleacher Talk. I'm Jordan Spurgeon alongside Claudia Collins. And that's right, we've seen some scrimmages, and now the pads will be fully on for games this week. Big schools starting next week, so they'll have their scrimmages this week. But we've got a lot to get to in today's show. We had the Mesa Public Schools Media Day last week with schools from Tempe and Gilbert and all over as well. So we'll have plenty of content from there. Eliav Gabai has a flag football piece over at the Banner Held Flag Football Camp, the third annual one. So before Social Spotlight, we'll see more on that. But Claudia, speaking of small school football, we talked about this recently, right?
Oh, yeah, we sure did. And I think we have the perfect person to revisit the show. Cody Cameron talking small schools. It's kind of his thing in a way. And so he's going to help preview a couple of games and players and things to watch out for as the football season officially kicks off here in Arizona. So here's more from Cody. Cody, you're so in the mix. We wanted to ask you, week one for small schools is right around the corner. Who are some of the teams, some of the players from these small schools that all of us should be taking a look at?
It's been the Scottsdale Christian School, right? I mean, that has been the name of the game in 2A football, Scottsdale Christian, with Mike Sheehan. And those guys have just kind of paved the way for really good football in the 2A. They don't take anything for granted. They always work hard. You think of a school like that as, oh, they've won so many state titles, those kids don't care anymore. No, those kids care every single week. We're gonna get some really, really good football guys in those conferences.
And it's going to start in just a few weeks, August 20th, that Friday. That's when things really get kicking off. What are some matchups in week one in small school football that you're really looking forward to seeing or potentially getting out to?
100% go to the Thatcher at Ailey Ironwood game to open up the season. That's going to be incredible football. It's an Ailey Ironwood team that returns almost everybody off last year, and they went down to Thatcher last season and played them so tough. This year, I think they're kind of looking for a little revenge. I just said about that other game, but those kids deserve the coverage. Those kids worked their tails off.
I missed the Open Division State Championship last season. So, what excites you for anybody that's looking for that rematch?
You can't ask for a bigger game, right? It is premier football. Could not be a bigger game in the state of Arizona. We've talked about Basha every single week. We've talked about Chandler every single week. How do we get these guys out? It's impossible, right? They got like 40 Division I offered kids combined in this football game that play. That's how loaded both of these are. And this is why I love this matchup. You have Ty Wisdom and you have Chris McDonald. They are ultra competitors and their players feed off that. When they see each other in March and April or June for the college 7-on-7s, those guys play like their life depends on it. And it's going to be fireworks. I think school district rivalry game could not ask for a bigger game in that matchup.
Always great getting a knowledge bomb from Cody Cameron any day of the year, any week of the year when it comes to high school football. So like I said, we're excited for these games, but everybody that's getting ready to play is super excited. That means there's been media days pretty much every single day for the last month, but we had the chance to host out at Mesa Public Schools Media Day at Dave and Buster's in Tempe. Myself, Cody Cameron, Eliav Gabai, Kristen Muir. We caught up with so many awesome flag and tackle football athletes. So here's some of the best moments from over 4 hours of live streaming.
This program has pretty much known nothing but winning early on this season. So how do you kind of stay locked in throughout the offseason and continue to try to grow individually and as a team?
I'd say every season's a new season, so all teams come with a different mentality, and I say we have to bring that as well. Although we were the state champions last year, it means we had to still come with the even better mentality. And this year, we're definitely focused on, bringing a different culture to Campo and leaving a legacy that we can be proud of. So overall, we're working this off season. We've been working, but the work continues, and we're going to be ready for that first game.
What are you guys most looking forward to this season as far as being able to, take that next step and really push Campo Verde forward?
Yeah, since I've been here, I've just heard about Campo Verde not being able to make it past the second round of the playoffs. So that's my most important goal. That's what I want to get. And obviously, just having a good regular season, staying healthy, all my boys around here, and just being a good role model for the people that are younger than me.
Yeah, we joke that every year, maybe not a joke, but our dream as coaches, right, be coaching in December, stay together as long as we can, and just enjoy the community and enjoy one another, because it's a pretty tight group, this group especially.
What's it like coaching a team that is so community driven? I think that is Toro football, and you're really emphasizing that, but to have guys that have played together for so long, What does that mean to you?
I'm incredibly honored to be a head coach at Mountain View. There's been incredible coaches before me, as you know, starting with Jesse Parker, Bernie Buskin, Tom Joseph, just legends, Joe Germain, guys that truly embodied and were community first. And so when I took the job, it was already there, right? And so my job was to learn that culture and ingrain myself in the community. And I was incredibly blessed that I was accepted with open arms in our community. I love our parents just because they come from all those guys that played football before, they're used to having their guys coach hard. So I get a lot of trust with parents, coach my player hard, develop a relationship, and that's what we do here.
In general, what do you think every Zuby team has in common?
I would just like to say our execution and our football IQ. We always like to play fast and physical, but just kind of knowing different situations. We work a lot on the football, the awareness portion of it, and I don't think we get the short end of the stick too many times when it comes down to those situation stuff. So the kids just understanding the game of football, teaching it in that aspect of it.
All right, now this is for all the players, but you have the mic right now, so it's coming to you. How's the group chat been? Has it been active? Has it been ridiculous? Like, is it good energy? Can you feel it?
Yeah, the group chat is always active for sure. It's always great energy, positive energy.
Okay.
Guys always hanging out with each other, especially over the summer. So I feel like we got a lot of chemistry going into this year. It's really should get things going for sure.
Okay, group chat popping off most of the time.
Probably one of my favorite moments in the day when someone randomly texts, even like past players. Like we have an old varsity group chat, like a new one, but a lot of it's just like our main group chat. And I love when we randomly see each other in public and you'll see a picture posted of you in it. And you're like, I didn't know you saw me. Like our kicker, Sophia, we see her all the time, like at Chick-fil-A, and we just take pictures of her when she's working. It's one of my favorite things ever.
We also like to clip funny videos from games. Taylor actually completely ate it on like the track, and we clipped it, and it's a meme in our group chat now, like every single time. So that's also really fun.
Not only the players do we clip, but
No.
the coaches.
No.
There's some pictures of them they don't even know that goes around in the group chat.
Okay. Well, he's always being recorded. Paparazzi group chat. Be careful about Red Mountain's flag group chat. You might just get clipped.
Now the game's here at Dave & Buster's. Do you guys think that you can one up the girls? Because the girls look like they got.
I think so. I think we could.
What game?
I think not.
What game?
I definitely think not.
Yeah. We got
Triple
No,
think not.
I think we could run it in basketball. Oh yeah. I think we could run it.
Okay, let's do it.
Ooh, all right. Let's
Right after this, we'll go right out there and we can do it. Yeah, we got 3 basketball players over here.
Coach is already saying it, and coach is over here is like, yeah, I don't know.
We got it.
Big talk. Oh man, well, we got to make sure we get some on camera.
The team that won state last year.
We got 3 state champs here. Man, we're talking.
Coach Mo, I'm going to start with you here because the last time you coached at Eastmark, you ended that season on the highest possible way. You guys holding up that gold ball in that 3A state game. Amazing game, too, at Desert Vista High School. And your second stint here after a couple of years at some other places. What excites you about this group and what impressed you about the growth of the school since you were last there?
Yeah, it was just really amazing being back, administration, the support, the vibe around campus. It's one of those things you don't know what you got till it's gone. And the community, how Eastmark community comes out and supports. And then everybody buying in to building the culture the right way. And really the first job that I had was to try and hire the best coaching staff I could. And I feel like we're blending not only as players, but also as coaches. And it's been fun.
Alongside ASU flag football head coach Jesse Papp, I am Eliav Gabay. Coach, thank you for taking the time. How much fun are days like this for you?
It's just full of joy. This is what really fills our cup. To see, like I said to the girls earlier, when girls and women's flag first started, we'd be at events like this and there's a handful of girls. To see well over 100 girls here is just amazing. And it's a testament to the growth of the game. It's a testament to Banner Sports Performance and the AIA for supporting such an event.
You've seen that growth over the years. What has gone into making that happen?
Yeah, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, and honestly, just asking girls to come and try the sport. When I get the question all the time, what kind of athlete do you look for? We look for all athletes. And what it really is when we talk to girls that are volleyball players or softball players or basketball players, all we have to do is get them to sample the sport, and invariably they say every time, you know what, this is my sport now. I love it.
And why have we seen Arizona consistently be at the forefront of this discussion?
Because this is where the athletes are, man. I mean, these girls are amazing. The group of athletes that just came through high school, that was really like the first group that kind of set the stage. And now to see all these younger girls that are just as incredible athletes, to see them start to grow the sport even more, it's just been amazing. So we do see Arizona as one of the hubs of girls flag. So we want to see it grow, and we want to see it grow in Arizona. So we want to see all these girls be future Sun Devils.
As a college coach, what are you looking for in a day like today?
A day like today, I am looking for athleticism, but more importantly than that, I want to know how you're going to impact our culture. To me, that's important because I want to watch. I'm going to watch when the camera's not on you, when you're not the star of the play. I want to watch how you interact with teammates. I want to watch how you interact with coaches, how you take coaching, and how you interact with girls that you play against when the play is over. That tells me a lot about how you're going to carry yourself and how you're going to contribute to your future team.
And what are some of those drills we're going to be looking at and seeing today?
So they're going to run the 40, they're going to do the 5-10-5, the shuttle, the L drill. Those are all designed to be different drills that show us what's your hip movement like. Do you have a good base? Do you have a strong core? Those are going to be the things that really reveal the athleticism.
Now, we have advice for the student athletes, but how about some advice for the parents as well, preparing them for maybe a day like today?
To prepare for a day like today, don't be afraid to go find training. Don't rely just on your club coach or your head coach to be the end of your training. Go find specialized trainers. There's a number of incredible trainers all across the valley that'll help you with athleticism, help you with speed. And even if you're a specialty position, if you're a quarterback or if you're a punter, if you're a kicker, there's a number of specialty coaches that will help you develop that skill set as well. I'd encourage you wholeheartedly to go seek those people out.
Now, a little bit more about parents, because I know they're watching this. What advice do you have to them about helping their kid in recruiting?
Watch and support, and make sure, so we're all recruiting on social media. So make sure, number one, make sure your kid has a sports account. Instagram is where we all are, and make sure that you're watching that account. Make sure that it's clean, make sure that your highlights are good. And we don't really watch the mixtape highlights. The with the fun wipes and all that kind of stuff. I know it's cool and the girls think that's fun, but as coaches, I turn that off immediately because it really doesn't tell me much. So have your highlights on there, have a good, clean Instagram account, and reach out to us. Have your student athlete reach out to us directly and tell them why they're interested. Have them tell us why they love the game.
And what do you think gets overlooked sometimes by either the student athletes or the parents when, putting themselves out there to colleges like yourself?
Well, they're afraid to hear the no. And in life we're gonna get no's, and that's part of why I love sports so much. Is you're gonna fail. You're gonna fail and you're gonna fail, but are you going to get up? So don't be afraid to put yourself out there. Even if you're not a fit with a program or a fit with a coach, try, because you never know when you're going to make that connection, and that connection is the right spot for you.
Last one here for you, Coach. Thank you again for taking the time. For student athletes that come to a combine like today, what should their focus be if you could simplify it?
To simplify it, I would say maximize your talent. Become the best athlete that you can be. And again, that goes back to find training, train outside of practice. Don't just rely on practice to be your training ground. Again, make sure that you're a good teammate, because you can't be a good leader until you're a good teammate, and that speaks to culture. And keep your grades up, because it doesn't matter, how good an athlete you are. If I can't get you into school, you're not going to play it down.
Well, it's official. Football season is here. We can say it. And I think we've all been waiting a long time. No one more than Eliav Gabai, though, right? Because the content really starts to ramp up right about now. So we've got our social spotlight segment with our guy. What do you have for us this week?
That's right, Claudia. It's true. It is true. I admit when the season gets a little closer, my job gets a little bit easier because things like this start to happen. Check it out. We got new jersey alert. You know we love it. I am a fiend for the helmets, for the jerseys, for the branding, all of it. And Adam Beadle, shout out to you for putting this up. Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes has his Gladiator brand, and that's exactly what went into these Chandler uniforms.
I love to see it with Chandler. Their uniforms are very traditional, basic colors and all that stuff. And there's not a ton you can do to deviate from that. But when you can make it look this crisp to add on to the legacy that Chandler has had the last decade plus, and really since they've been in school for almost 100 years or whatever it's been now, that is pretty freaking sweet. So to have a Patrick Mahomes name and tie in to your school doesn't get much better than that.
Patty Mahomes, a great player indeed. How about a couple great players here at Illinois State coming out of Hamilton? Let's look at this connection. That's right, the caption's perfect. Easy money. That's Beckham Pellant going to Dylan Lord. And you got to love this connection. Claudia, it's a soft spot for your recruiting because this is beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, I remember covering, recruitment for Illinois State and kind of seeing that start to pick up. And this is what we look for. And yeah, I mean, this is what we want to see, seeing two guys that go way back, continuing it in college. I'd love to see it. Easy money.
Easy money. Easy money. That's
Easy
all it is
money.
right there. Now, this last one. All right, now it's some serious business, okay? I know we like to have fun on Social Spotlight, but now the rankings for the season and playoffs for the future will be based off of the Max Preps rankings. That is a big deal. It is official. It's no longer a rumor. Spurs, we'll start with you. What are your immediate feelings on this? I know it's a little bit controversial, maybe polarizing as far as the topic.
I mean, when are rankings not going to be controversial and polarizing? Right. People are always going to have their own ideas of how it should go down. But listen, there's definitely, some concerns. I think in the past few years, we've seen the rankings that the AAA has used on their own accord be very hit or miss, where a lot of people were able to predict them based on coaches and media polls and things like that, and we're pretty close. And then sometimes you're like, wait, this team's the 1 seed in the Open Division, and they're in 4A. What's the math there? We were never told what the formula was. You would hope that would be the case with Max Preps, but even more so, we have no clue what the formula is. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out this year. From what I've understood, and other states and other people that have gone off the Max Preps ranking, there's a lot more bias from their preseason rankings and from previous seasons, and that doesn't make sense. If you have a team that's 10-0 and they weren't ranked, that shouldn't mean they're lower than a team that's 8-2 that was ranked number 3 to start the season, if they played a similar schedule and things like that. So definitely a lot of questions. Maybe it streamlines things for the AIA and having one less thing off their plates, which is always a good thing, I guess. But something they're gonna have to keep an eye out is maybe releasing what the ranking system is, because we're in the dark and so are coaches.
That's actually a great segue for me, because I was kind of thinking maybe this is kind of a good way for the AIA to just get a little heat off their backs when it comes to the rankings. Because I think at the end of the day, no matter what is done, someone is going to be unhappy and somebody's going to be happy. And you just can't please everybody in this situation. So I'm the more we're talking about it, maybe I kind of see it as just a little bit more of a win, because it doesn't feel like you could be pointing fingers at specific people in Max Preps. That feels like this bigger entity that's a little bit more untouchable. Who are the parents and players really going to call when these things come out and they don't agree with it? So I don't know, the more I'm simmering over it, we'll see how it is. We'll see how it all plays out. But I actually might see it as a positive, because sometimes we're a little bit too worried about rankings and where people are falling. And I think let's see how this goes.
Why not? Might as well just go for it. We knew that there were issues with the way they did it before. Might as well just go for it. But that's all we have for Social Spotlight.
Awesome, Elia. Well, we appreciate it. Definitely let us know your thoughts in the comments on YouTube and all that stuff, or message us after watching this on TV. We'd love to hear feedback from everybody. So that'll do it for Bleacher Talk this week. Small school football starting this week. We will have games to talk about by next week. We're so excited. Be sure to stick it right here at sports360az.com for Bleacher Talk.